Hello out there, Internet. Welcome to Haxxor 91's Super Subnet channel. I want to welcome you. I'm your host, Haxxor 91. We're actually going to start a little bit early tonight because I'm impatient and I want to get to creating, and I'm feeling creative tonight. So, we normally play games on this channel, but tonight we're going to do something a little bit different. I do a lot of Dungeons and Dragons stuff, and that includes map making. Well, and it's not just Dungeons and Dragons, it's tabletop role-playing games in general. But I have a subscription to Inkarnate, which is a map making program, and they are currently in beta for their new version of their software, and I managed to get access to it. So we're gonna be making some maps tonight. I did briefly look at this earlier this afternoon, but I played with it for less than 5 minutes because I wanted to explore this on stream live with anybody who's watching. And speaking of anybody who is watching, you are welcome to join me on the voice chat in my Discord server. So give me a second and I will get a copy of the link. So if you do want to join into the voice chat, come on into the server and head on and hop into general chat. You're very welcome to join me and keep me company while I do some map making. So let's see here. For those of you who don't know, Inkarnate has a couple of different options when you make a map. They've got fantasy battle maps, which is kind of like what you'd use when you're actually in battle with monsters and your players and whatnot. And this is the Fantasy Battle Maps 2.0, which they released over a year ago now at this point, I think, where they added new and better art assets and some better tools. It's not to do with the 2.0 of Fantasy Ground, or sorry, not Fantasy Grounds, Inkarnate. In general, there's also watercolor battle maps, which is this very similar to fantasy battle maps, but just they use a different art style for a lot of their art assets, and they have some different art assets as well. Not as many as the fantasy battle maps. I get why they're doing it. They wanted to have different styles, but I think it kind of split some things because some of the assets that would be useful on some battle maps from one style would be useful in the other, and I kind of wish that they hadn't done the watercolor or the two different styles, I should say, for the battle maps. Just have one. They also have a watercolor cities, which is great if you want to make a city map. This I'm fine with having it as a different art style because it's one style. They also have Fantasy Regional, which is kind of an isometric view. It's kind of neat. I've used it once or twice before, but it's not my favorite style. But it does have some advantages, and you can make some really cool artwork if you're creative enough with it. If you are into Inkarnate, there's an excellent subreddit where people will show off their works and even link to their battle maps or to their maps in general, that you can go in and it's the actual live version of the map, so you can edit it for yourself if you want to, which I think is really nice. It's one of my favorite features, that you can share the maps easily, but instead of just exporting like a JPEG or a bitmap. There's also the Parchment World, so if you want to do a whole world map and want it to look like a traditional parchment map, then you can do that. There's also Fantasy World, which is very similar, but a bit more colorful, a bit more illustrated. They've got some cool geographical features and stuff. And then there's this new one, which is the Sci-Fi Battle Maps. It's currently set to private because this is still in beta. I don't know if they're going to merge it with the Fantasy Battle Maps 2.0. I think they're trying to separate sci-fi and fantasy. But I want to play around with this because I've been doing a lot of cyberpunk stuff lately. and I want to see the new art assets. So let's go ahead and start creating this map. When we first select the kind of map that we want to do, it gives us a couple of options. The resolution that we're going to edit at. I'm a quality queen, and so I always work at 4K. If you've got a lower end computer, your computer might chug along and struggle a bit, but this is a strong computer, so I'm not worried about that. Next is the aspect ratio. We can do a landscape or a portrait style or a perfect square, or we can even do a custom size. For this, let's do a landscape. I'm not sure what I'm making yet. I want to see what they have, but landscape I think is probably good for a battle map, even if it's a sci-fi themed one. And I want to point out this is all done through a web browser, which I still am blown away by, that web browsers can now do all of this. And you can, of course, save this to come back to it later. So, a lot of these tools I'm familiar with, but like I said, some of these icons are new. For example, these two here are brand new. I know what they do, because like I said, I did briefly preview this. But we'll go down and look through those in a bit. We've got the mask tool. Let's see if they've changed anything here. It doesn't look like they have. So the mask tool is a really useful tool if you want to have things like water versus terrain. So for example, right now what you're seeing, the star field that you see, is the background layer of the mask, and we can of course change whatever we want it to look like, and we'll come to how to do that later. But let's say we want to have like a floating platform, or if instead of a star field it's water and we want a land mass, well, that's what we would add a mask to. And it gives us a couple of different tools. It gives us the edgy tool, the shape edgy tool, which kind of creates these uneven, you can see around the edges here that they're kind of rippled, and we can adjust how rough things are by adjusting the slider. So the higher up the number, the less amount of roughness there is. It's a bit counterintuitive to what you'd think, and the lower the number, the more rough edges there are. So we can play around with that. There's also just a basic circle, which gives us just basically a brush. And of course we can certainly increase and decrease the sizes. Sorry, I need to mute my phone, because apparently spam callers want to call me at this time. There's also a grid block function, because when we created this, it did give us some numbers for a grid, and we can actually turn on a grid to see exactly what they're talking about. In this case, it's 40 columns by 30 rows, so 40. It's a grid of 40 this way and 30 this way. And when we're adding a mask on the grid, as you can see, it just kind of sticks to the grid. And so if I click here, it creates a mask only in the grid that is selected. And I can adjust the size of the brush with the S and the W keys. I always have to think when I enter into this program, because Photoshop uses the bracket keys and not the W and S to change brush sizes, and it always takes me a minute to get used to what I'm doing. There's also a paint bucket, which is new. If I think that actually might be new, which I think should, yeah, it just fills in the area. And you can undo any changes you've made with Control Z, which is fantastic. There's also the rectangle, and this allows you to manually draw a rectangle. Right now, I think we've got it. Yeah, it is set to snap, and we can turn that off if we want to, be a bit less precise, but for now we'll keep it on. I'm just kind of showing you what they do. And you would draw it, and then you can either, if you click this tool, you can rotate it, and you can then add, or if you want to get rid of something, you can subtract. There's also the circle tool, which is very similar. In this case, now it's a circle, but you can make it an oval if you want. And it's the same concept, add and subtract. There's also a polygon tool, which is pretty basic. You can increase the amount of sides. Useful if you want to create like a geometric shape, but it is kind of limited. But some of the new tools that they just added, I think, allow us to do more sophisticated things. So we'll play around with those in a bit. Couple of other things about the mask tool. If you notice, at the edge here, it gives us a brown stroke, which is what when dealing with graphic programs like these, if you've got a line that you want to go around the edge of the shape that you've drawn, it's called a stroke. And it allows us to control some of the other things here, because there's also kind of a shadow and a highlight and some ripply effects if you like want a water effect. And we can turn those off if we don't want it. In this case, where you just turn to the stroke off, which, as you can see, it took a moment, but it got rid of it. The outline is another one that we're just going to turn them all off eventually, but I want to show you what each one does. The outline, actually, maybe you can't see as well right now. But the outer shadows is that one. You can see these kind of ripply effects here, so that's the ripple effect. And then the inner shadows is kind of that darkish shade right here, the shadow. And mind you, if you notice it here, you can change exactly what color the shadow you want it to be, the intensity. You can modify anything you want with it. It has defaults for what most people want for a basic map, but you can easily change it to whatever you want. It's a very strong and versatile tool set that they give you with Inkarnate. Next is the brush tool. And the brush tool allows us to change the textures, both the foreground and the background. They give us a catalog of textures. And I want to just adjust the volume of the music a tad. But they give us a bunch of pre-made textures. You can also bring in your own. If you're using the free version, you can only do a certain amount, like 1 or 2. And the paid for version, you can add way more and a much higher resolution and file size and that kind of thing. The paid version is only like $30 a year. It's not that bad. So let's go ahead and see what we got here, because we've got a bunch of different things. We've got arid worlds, so I assume this is for like alien planets. This is just saying it's a private asset. If they don't have the private asset access, they won't be able to see these. And this is just due to it being in beta, I think. So I've got this new texture, and let's say I want to apply it. Right now it's set to the background. So if I start to paint with it, it's only going to affect the background. Which is not quite what I want to do. I want to leave the stars there for right now. So I'd switch it to foreground by clicking on here. And now I can paint it in on the mask. So the mask is really useful. Like, it is a fantastic tool. You definitely want to use it all the time when making stuff. And as you can see, it's got these really cool pebble textures for this specific texture. But let's say I'm building something to a different scale and I want to adjust either the size or even the rotation of this texture. I can do that under the advanced settings. So I just adjust the size, and it kind of gives you a preview of what the size is going to be. And then if I repaint it, in this case, I made them a lot smaller. So the texture is now smaller. You can make it bigger, You can also rotate it. So instead it come in at an angle. Really powerful stuff. But for now, we're still playing with. I don't know what I want to make yet because I don't know what assets are available. One of the limitations is what assets that they give you, and they give you a decent amount, and they do add all the time. In fact, every couple of months they usually add a new package of assets for you to use, and they're usually themed. They recently released a jungle asset for the fantasy version, and I'm really looking forward to digging into that one. I've not had time yet. So let's take a look-see and see what we got here. So I'm satisfied with seeing what textures they have. Let's go ahead and look at the stamps. Now the stamps are where Inkarnate really shines, because this is what adds the detail into your map. They give you a catalog, and within the catalog they give you different like subcategories. So all the assets in this box here are for arid worlds. There's a city one, there's a corporate one, human alliance fleet, industrial district, lighting, shops, and Slimian's Horrificus. I guess it's sort of a Xeno themed one. We're going to look through and see exactly what they have, because like I said, I don't know what I can make until I know what they have available to us. And just like with the textures, you can adjust the size and make them smaller or bigger. You can decrease the transparency if you don't want them to be fully seen. You can rotate them in any direction you want. They also have layers, so if I've got a bunch of different things and I want certain things to be under or above others, you can adjust that. And they give you all these great pieces that you can add. So for example, this one's some crystals, and they also will have, if you notice there's some numbers here next to them, they're actually like a group of that kind of asset, and they give you like, well, depending on how many it says, a bunch of different ones, and you can say randomize between any of those in that set. So when I clicked and put one down, and here, let's turn up the transparency to full, but if I put one down, it'll give me a different one instead the next time. And you can even tell it to automatically randomize the rotation, or not. You can have them be all the same, or if I put that on, if I put it down, it's going to randomly give me a different rotation each time. Give some variety. And of course, if you, say, want to go back and change one that you've already placed, you certainly can. You just click on the asset, and it gives you this lovely kind of wheel around the actual asset that if you hover over it, it gives you this nice little rotate icon, and you can just rotate it away. So let's go ahead and take a peek through what they've got, because... So we got some corroded stones. Ooh, some nice asteroidy kind of feel, maybe Mars. I'm not going to look at each sub-asset just because there's so many, but I'm going to put a few down, get an idea of what they have. Let's see here. Oh, and these kind of are broken a bit from the looks of it. Oh, and so sometimes the randomness is turned off depending on which asset you're using. It seems to be random, but usually it's on by default. But you can always toggle it. So these could be really cool because, like, the masks aren't necessarily going to be used for like water or land or stars or whatever. You can also use them for different layers. So let's say I wanted this to be like a plateau and have land underneath it. You can do that with the masks, and then these kind of things you'd place along the edge to give them a bit of personality and make it look like an outcropping, or like a bit of a, you know, shards of rock coming out from a cliff kind of thing. Let's see what we got here. We got more rocks. You can never have too many rocks. That's always useful. Rock on. This is rocks with, ooh, kind of a glowy crystal mineral in them. mineral rocks, I guess. Blue cliff pieces. Okay, yeah, so here's some more cliff pieces. So if you just put them where it's kind of like this, and then, you know, we use a different one here, and rotate that. And if you put them next to each other and kind of line them up, they look like they're just kind of one piece. So you've got a really cool kind of like cliff edge here. And if you string the right ones together, you can create some cool ass shit. I've created some really good maps for my games. They're the pointy rocks that we have over here, but these ones have the blue glowy crystals in them. These look like they're just different size. Oh, rooted crystals, and those are just kind of loose crystals, I guess. Hex rocks. Oh, cool. So, you know, these naturally formed with a hex pattern. Lava flows can do that. There are some like that on Earth. Ooh, holes. That's kind of cool. And I'm sure that if you can maybe align them right, they might look like they match up. Maybe. We'll play around with them. Ooh, a maw. Hell yeah. Can we say Sarlacc pit? And it gives us a bunch of different ones. Ooh, with tentacles and slobber and slime. Oh, badass. Oh, we can create some cool shit with that. Some spikes. Okay. Ooh, volcanoes. Hell yeah. I'm just going to put some of these on... Whoops, didn't mean to go back to that one. We're just going to put some of these on the stars. I just want to see what the assets are right now. I don't particularly care about making them look like they blend in. But I just want to see what is available to me. So, you know, we can string these together. And before you know it, you'll have Jedi fighting on top of each other, yelling about the high ground. Volcanic vents. Ooh, excellent. A tar splatter, was that? Yeah, okay. Yeah, let's put this on a bit more high contrast. Okay, so some sort of alien goo. Very much Armos from Next Gen, the episode that kills Tasha Yar. Kind of that kind of vibe. Some dunes. Oh, cool. Let's see here. Oh, yeah. So, you know, a couple of these in. And you've got the spice must flow in no time. What else we got here? Some more rocks. And if you notice, there are like rocks and then more rocks, but these ones are kind of like the other ones where half of them look like they go off into something or don't go into anything, I should say. So you can just put them along the edge here, and it looks like you've got a cool rocky outcropping or something. And if you remember earlier, I mentioned that what if I want them to be behind or in front of? So like this one looks a bit awkward with this piece on top of this one. So if I click on this one and then go over here to the layer and increase it by 1, it's now on top. And I think that arrangement looks a bit better. What else is there? Medium fossils. Oh, fossils. Cool. Xenofossils. Hell yeah. Okay, cool. Man, I'm getting ideas. And some other fossils, different sizes. What do we got here? A cool shell. These look like they're smaller, though. Yeah, small fossils and then big fossils. Hell yeah, let's look at the big ones. Some sort of winged creature. Looks almost like a crate dragon. Okay. I'm going to select everything and just wipe it because I want a clean slate again to work with. Like I said, this is mostly just kind of assessing what's available to me. So let's look into the city now. Walls with billboards. Okay, so like shop signs, I guess, or just, you know, signs or neon hanging out. Oh man, we can create some cool, badass cyberpunk shit here. Metal walls with billboards. Okay. I thought that they look very similar. Maybe they're different. Okay, yeah, yeah. These have a bit more rivets to them. I guess the other ones are concrete. Um, oh, and that's the other thing. Like, if you want to, you can change the colors of these as well. So under advanced settings, they've got a hue slider here that you can adjust. And unfortunately, it'll adjust the whole asset, but thankfully, most of it won't matter. It's going to focus on the neon part. So if I don't like the initial color, I can change it and get a whole different result. And if you want to reset it, you can. There's also saturation, so if I want it to be really colorful, I can do that, or turn it down to black and white. If I'm having some weird reason for it to be in black and white. There's a brightness, if you want to increase that, and also contrast. Make the darkers dark, or make it washed out completely. And the nice part is that if I make any of these adjustments and go back here to the stamp tool, it remembers them in the recently used. So that way you don't have to constantly do it for each stamp that you put down. Okay, we've also got some rusty walls. Oh, yes. Dystopia walls. Hell yeah. Oh, fucking sweet. We got dystopia walls. Let's see. Roof wall cap. Okay, so I guess that's for like ending roofs. Concrete walls. And it looks like there's different ones. Okay, so yeah. This is true of other sets. You can get them where they may or may not have end caps on them, and you can kind of stitch them together by doing that. But if you notice, there's still a line here. So they also include these ones, which are kind of you stick them over top, and they're like a band-aid, and they make it look like one piece. It's a bit more of a hassle and a bit of extra work to do, but it's worth it. You can make some really amazing looking things. Some of these wall sets also have corner pieces that you can blend in, but not all of them do. Ooh, electric wires in walls. Okay, so abandoned buildings or degraded ones or spaceships or something. These look like brick walls, maybe? Yeah, red brick walls. There's a slim concrete wall. So it's just a slimmer version of the other abandoned walls. Kind of a cool crumble to it. I'm going to turn on randomize here just so I can see some of the others. Okay. We've also got a metal wall with different sizes and another stitcher piece. Neat. We've got a dirty wall. Ooh, dirty, dirty, dirty. Yeah, filled with scuzz and bio-waste and rust. Oh, yeah. Oh, we can create some fantastic stuff with this. Rusty walls. Oh, yeah. Oh, baby. I think I loves ya. Oh, and a sewer grate. Hell yeah. Oh, man. Oh, I am going to be spending so much time in this. Making shit. We've got, what, doors? Ooh, some cool cyberpunky doors. Open ones. Let's see what else we got here. A variation with a control panel on it. An open version of it. Another variation. Okay, so they give you some nice variety here. Double doors. And also, like, open versions of that. Let's see. Doors and frames. I think this is just kind of another variation. Let's see here. Oh, okay, I see. I think those are just... Yeah, okay, so what it is with these, the frame and doors are attached. With this, you can separate them. So if I want to have it at a different angle, or have, like, the door slightly in a different place, if it's broken or whatever, you can do that. Okay, nice. I'm glad that they included that. Stone doors, so different kinds. Rusty windows. Okay, let's take a looky here. Oh, hell yeah, with bars. Okay, yeah, nice. Smashed rusty windows, so they're broken varieties. bitchin'. Glass shards? Oh, yeah. And if you notice, these are small because the key thing that I always have to remind myself of when I'm designing something is you treat this as a stage. A stage for your players to be on, presumably when they're battling something, or they could be exploring. And whenever you're doing theater, you want to dress the stage. Meaning you want to add as much detail as you can to make it look real. Make it look like it's a lived-in world and not just a set on a stage. You want the actors to feel like they live, or you want the audience to think that the actors live there and you know, inhabit this world. And the same is true for battle maps. You're dressing the stage. These look like they're, what, elevators or something? Yep, elevators. Street props. Oh, okay, cool. So there's like keypads and control panels and shit like that. Nice. A broken parking meter, okay. Trash cans, fallen trash cans, a dumpster, and oh, there's even one that's open and with different graffiti. Oh, baby. Trash. That's always a theme in dystopian literature and media, is that there's trash everywhere. A good example is like The Fifth Element, a fantastic film, but like when they're at the spaceport, there's over the announcement they actually mention that there's a garbage strike going on, and one of the hostesses at the window mentions the garbage that's piled up, and you see this massive pile of garbage. And like in Cyberpunk 2077, there's garbage all over the fucking place, just like a real city. Just because it's a fake city doesn't mean that it doesn't have real problems. Okay, so like air conditioning or power blocks, or oh, there's vent fans. Oh, baby. Antennas. Oh, dishes. Oh, somebody loves me. Junky ones. Oh, cool. Street barriers. Oh, barricades are very important. Different colors and varieties and... Okay. What else we got here? Manholes. Both square and circular and... Ooh. Like, is that octagonal? Yeah, There's 8 sides to it. Sewer drains. Yes, great. Fuck yeah. Oh, I kind of know what I want to make, actually. I want to think this over while we play around with assets. I need to see more before I decide to do this. But if I do... Some graffiti. Oh, cool. So you can just have graffiti on the ground. Fuck yeah. Broken billboards. Oh, this is beautiful. This is amazing. Street barriers, just kind of like this thin metal kind. Oh, and there's one knocked over. Vending machines. Oh, baby. Broken vending machines. Bookshelves. Empty bookshelves here. Let's take a look at the bookshelves here. Nice. With just kind of junk strewn on it. Some sort of a pad and books and shit. Metal bookshelves. Broken metal bookshelves. Oh, cool. I think that's a bug because it's the second time that's happened. No, I was not done placing you, thank you. Empty metal bookshelves. Let's see here. More bookshelves, just of a different variety. These look a bit more futuristic. Wardrobes, okay. Cool. Clothes racks, mattress with beds. More beds, though more futuristic. Ooh, with neon. Hell yeah. An unmade one. Okay. Bedside tables. Looks like there's a couple of varieties here. Badass. In fact, I want to turn off the grid for this because I want to see these without grid lines. Though it is nice to have grid lines on to get a sense of scale, because typically one of these grid squares is about 5 feet by 5 feet. Chairs and broken chairs. I'm just looking to see what there is. I'm not going to put all of them down. Some desks. Oh! And there's variety. Oh, baby. I have so many ideas now. Some tables, coffee tables, broken coffee tables, mattresses. Okay, just plain mattresses, got it. If you're slumming it. Torn mattresses, couches, broken couches, sofa chairs. Actually, I'm going to look at the couches. Because I'm still learning. Okay, so there's like a neon set and a metallic and then a more traditional, I guess. A bit more wooden. Sofa chairs, broken sofa chairs. Small rugs and rugs. Let's take a look at the small rugs. See what if there's okay, just kind of some different patterns here. Let's take a look at the others. Bit bigger. Okay. Groovy. Torn rugs because, you know, scuffle or just disrepair or disuse. An air conditioner. Okay. Okay, inside unit. Got it. As opposed to the other outside. Kitchen cabinet, broken cabinets, kitchen hoods, fridges, kitchen range stoves, whatever, sinks, dishwashers, washing machines, shower cabins. Wow, there's some really cool shit here. Washing detergent, okay. Like a Tide Pod, I guess. Oh, okay, yeah, Tide Pod right there. And just other junk. I mean, there's varieties of it. Maybe packaging for it. Okay. What's this? A bathtub? Oh, cool. Circular one? Wow. Alright, we're clearing the stage again. Just while I put down. Bathroom sinks. Bathroom mirrors. Toilets. Training apparati. So I guess like workout equipment. Yeah, that's what it is. Gym equipment, treadmill, floor lamps. Okay, let's take a look. See. Let's put random on, please. Nice. Okay. I think there's maybe one more, but that gives me enough of an idea. Floor lamps. Oh, those are on and off. Okay, nice. So with lighting effects. Broken floor lamps, fans, computers. All right, let's take a... Oh, it's just one type of computer. Boo. Though at least it's got a green screen. TV. Very flat panel. Tech. Just kind of generalized. Looks like an MP3 player or pad. Okay. Music player maybe. A laptop. Okay. Groovy. Let's see. Broken stuff. Speaker. Toys. Okay. Cool. Some sort of robot deedly. A thingamajigger. Goggles, maybe? Game controller and a game console. Okay. Weapons. Cash. I want to look at the weapons here because, you know, are we talking traditional weapons or like ray guns? Ray gun-ish. Taser, maybe? Yeah, definitely taser. A sword. Now, I want to point out something. If you notice, they're slightly blurry here on the map. And that's just due to the resolution that it lets us work at. And we're working at a 4K resolution, but you can actually export higher. You can export up to, I think it's 8K. Or did they even up it? They might have upped it. Let's see. HD export, so yeah, 8K is the max you can go. So it will re-render them at the full resolution of the sprite, if you were to re-render. Excuse me a moment. That's better. Alright, just a second while I pour myself a bit more tea. Because all this talking is lovely, but tiring work. And you gotta keep hydrated for that. So we got cash. Looks like different amounts. A vase. Broken vase. A lighter. Booze. Broken booze bottle. Tumblers. Broken tumblers. Pizza. Condiments. Cyber kitties. Oh, cool. Cyborg cats. Cyborg kitty. This one's kind of splooted on its back. Yeah. Nice. Potted plants. Hologram ads. Okay. What we got here? Oh, bitchin'. Oh, wow. Yeah. Oh. Small holograms and big and medium. Okay. Billboard stands. Oh. Oh, baby. Oh, wow. Okay, there's some really cool shit here. Different sized billboards. Ad screens. Okay. Nice, and they're different colors. Okay. Hologram 1. Oh, it's a hologram of the digits 1. 1, 2, and 3. Okay. I assume for like a landing pad or something. Ads. Hologram ads. Okay. More hologram ads of different varieties. Hologram arrow signs. Okay. Gotta have neon. Neon is extremely important with Cyberpunk. Did it again. I think that's just a bug in this. Again, this is a beta, so expect bugs. But that's okay. I don't mind putting up with a few bugs to play with this, because they've been advertising this for quite a while now. Oh, okay. These are flying cars on and off. If you notice right here, these are on because of the lights, and this is off because they're off. Got it. What else we got here? Hatchback? Okay. Gotcha. Okay. So more of a traditional style land vehicle instead of air. We got hatchback. Okay, on and off. Junkyard vehicles, on and off. Trucks, on and off. Sedans. And motorcycles. Okay. Now, oh, please tell me that they've done like an Kaneda's bike from Akira. That would make me happy. I don't know, though. I don't think they have, from the looks of it. It looks like they're just recolors and maybe mirrored. But still, that's pretty awesome. And they're off as well. Okay. Corporate stuff. Golden metal wall bit. Okay. Kind of just a wall thing to make it look a bit more impressive. Whoops. Did not mean to rotate that. Golden metal pillar. Okay. Gotta have them grand halls if you're a rich megacorpo. Thick metal pillar. Okay. Golden metal wall bit. Okay, another adornment, I guess. Golden metal pillar. Okay. Metal doors, glass doors, fancy glass. I'm curious about fancy glass. Oh, okay, with like etching and inlaid patterns and shit. That's what they mean. Okay, neat. Um, there's a slim version, red doors, automatic, sliding. Oh, I'm curious about this sliding because they're like pocket doors, that like Star Trek style. That'll go in. Okay, yeah, here they are open. Okay, badass. Um, medical windows, elevators, curved rail, hospital chairs, hospital desks, medical boards. Oh shit. Okay, so a recovery bath, some signs, operation tables. I want to look at this. Okay, Ripper Doc stuff. Cool. So the name of the game for this is we are going to do some cyberpunky shit soon. I've already been planning on running some cyberpunk stuff. Not necessarily the brand cyberpunk, but cyberpunk themed stuff. Though maybe cyberpunk, brand, I don't know yet. I'm still figuring that out. I'm still reading through the booklets there. Okay, wow. Medical desks, computer, like multi-screen setups, fancy mouse. Ooh, gamer keyboard. Cool. Some fancier computers. A bloody bin. Ooh, yum. For all your organic replacement needs. Presentation screens. Office appliances, waste bin, closets, fireplace unit. Oh, wow. A fancy bathtub. Ooh. Filled, unfilled, and another one filled. Okay. So, I mean, I guess some of these can be mixed. Like the city and corporate can be easily mixed together. I'm getting a good idea of what they have now. I don't think I'm going to go through all of these. Just I wanted to get a vague idea of what they have. Desk lamps / ring lights, server racks. Okay, let's take a look. Okay, got to have some badass computer stuff. Ooh, a grand piano. Hell yeah, with lights on it. That means it's cyberpunk. It has to be. Potted plants and shit. Robot butler. Hell yeah. Some statues. Ooh, cool. Okay. Let's see what else we got here. Okay. Some traffic lights. A vacuum. Yoga mat. Street lights. Water fountain. Okay. Double street lights. Some hedges and trees. Fireplaces. Sculptures. Lounge chairs, magazines, drinking glass, liquor bottles, plates, vases, metal pots, corporate logos, small sculptures, water features. Curious what the water features. Okay, that's kind of nice. What we got next? Come on, click on that. Thank you. Okay, so just different shaped. Well, that's kind of cool. We can come up with a lot with this. Card scanner, limousines, sedans, taxi, more sedans, police car, sports car, both on and off. All right, Human Alliance, let's see. Pipe walls. Ooh, let's see what those are. Okay, badass. Yeah, so this is for like spaceships and shit, I think. A shorter version of a wall. Ah, here are the corners I was talking about. Some different ones. Angled. Oh, baby. Curved. Oh. And a half circle. Okay. Blue walls, slim blue walls, green walls, railings, stairs platform, gates. Okay. So I guess like stuff that extends out or down like a drawbridge almost. And then the retracted version. Reinforced walls, doors, sliding doors, reinforced windows, floor vents. Oh, I want to see the floor vents. Oh, wow. This is amazing. Vented floor. Airlock. Oh, yeah. This is for spaceships. Antennae. A lab cell. Okay, yeah, for like putting in experiments and shit. An elevator. Okay. Yeah. A lift. Oh, okay, gotcha. More industrial, like for cargo bay or hangar or something. Lab crates, lab vents, huge gadgets. Ooh. A who's-a-majig, what's my bob, and a thingamadoo. Big gadgets. Wait, hang on. Oh, huge and big. Okay, I got it. And small gadgets and arcade machines, consoles. Okay, yeah, gotta have bridge consoles and shit. I can dig these. Screens, a command table. Ooh, fancy. Let's see what we got here. Oh yeah, hollow displays for the win. Uh-huh. Oh yeah. Yeah. Teleportation pod, an energy orb, battery, cryo chambers, broken ones. Okay, let's look at the cryo chamber. Oh, there's several. Laying down, upright. What's this? An open one. Okay, nice. And a closed one with maybe an occupant. I think there's a humanoid form in there. Yeah, there is. Absolutely there is. And a broken one. Let's see the broken one. Okay, it's just been like broken. Nice. Server racks, workbenches, desks, kitchen equipment. More spaceship themed stuff. Okay. And these are new. So I guess these must be like new. They just added these in, I guess. What are these? These are fuel containers, mining containers. Okay. So like if we're doing mining shit. Okay. Organics, red ore, science container. Okay. For cargo. Got it. Nice. Organics container that looks like it's closed. And a trade container. Nice. Okay. Human Alliance fleet. This is okay. Exterior shit. Hell yeah. I want to see the outside of these ships. Cockpit for like a fighter. Thrusters. Nice. Ooh, and different colors too. And sizes. Okay. Cool. A hull? Oh, good. And there's lots of different hulls too. Like, you can snap these together. Bitchin'. Only minor complaint is that they're limited in style. These all look kind of well loved, which isn't a bad thing by any means. Just I'm surprised they don't have like a more sleek version, or I'm sure they'll come out with more. Like I said, this is the beta, and this is also early access. Ooh, wings of different varieties. and nooses for cook pits. Okay, yeah, nice. Okay. A hatch and a bunker hatch. Okay. Yeah. Neat. So there's lots to come up with. And then industrial. Oh, man. Roofs, smoke. Smoke is very important. Electrical walls. Okay. What else we got? Okay. And like safety diagonal shit, some roofs, windows, doors of various kinds, piped walls, high-tech walls, gas tanks, conduits, pipes, roof fans. Wow. Okay. Just kind of getting a vague idea. Okay. Some industrial tools, nice. Forklifts, trucks, armored trucks, hazmat suits, burners, gloves, masks, petri dishes. Okay, cool. So we can do like biolabs and shit. Some lighting effects. Okay, cool. Finally, shops. Okay, we've got what else here? Some shelving, fridges, medical supplies, cash registers, desks, fridges. Damn. There's just so much here. I am very impressed by this. Like, I'm very, very happy. Like, I want to see more. Test skin colors Android. Okay, so Android templates, I guess. Broken Androids, okay. Oh wait, hang on, these are different than the others. Okay, a male and a female one. Oh, I guess the other one is just for like different skin tones. Cool. Robotic clerks. Oh, cool. Boop, beep, boop. Robot. Android parts. Packaged androids. Packaged androids parts. Blood. Hell yeah, gotta have blood. Wouldn't be a cyberpunk dystopia without blood spattered everywhere. Weapon cabinets. Oh, I'm in love. Practice targets, weapons, and maybe are the weapons turrets? I'm not sure. Some bombs, armaments. Got it. Oh, jeez, man, there's just so much. And then these organic tissue wall. We can create organic ships, or at least organic interiors. Fuck yeah. Okay. What else we got here? We got organic walls. The organic tissue versus organic wall. Got it. Okay. Creep covered walls. What are these? Okay, so these are more like with blood vessel, almost like conduits on them. And from the looks of it, you can like snap them together pretty well. There might be a gap on them, but they seem to plug together pretty well. We'll have to play with them more. Alien walls, a brood chamber. Okay. Yeah, definitely for organic horror type ships. Okay. A chamber. Oh, okay. Like organ style chamber, not like room chamber. What would that be called? A fleshy tunnel. Okay. Spinal sprouts. Creepy. Oh, and there's varieties too. Okay. And I'm sure you can stack them together to give them different looks and shit. Wall infestations. Okay, let's see. Oh, yuck. But cool. Okay. So that can come out of, like, metal walls and shit if the ship is infected, I guess. Some sort of a nexus, or... What's that? Glowing organic pillar. An organic pillar, fleshy pillar. More organic pillars. Glowing spawn. Infesting creep and alien roofs. Okay. So I have an idea of what I want to do. This may or may not work. We're going to give it a try. Oh, excuse me. We're going to take... Sorry about the yawns here. We are going to do... Oh, I'm not done exploring everything yet. I want to explore just a little bit more before we get to making something. Because there's a couple of tools that I am very excited about that we still have to deal with. So let's keep going down. We've got the text tool. Let's see if they've added anything to that. This just allows you to put, like, titles or label rooms or whatever. I think there's some new fonts, maybe. Maybe? I'm not sure. I don't remember what fonts they had. But you can do things, you can control what the text is, the color, the font, the size, the stroke, the opacity, the rotation of it. But the one I like the most is the curve. In some ways, this is better than Photoshop's curve tools. It's easier to use. I think it gives a better result. It's easier and faster, that's for certain. But it's a basic text tool. The line tool. Now, this is what I'm excited about. So, when you draw the line tool, you can draw either a line. In this case, it's set to dotted. Though I think there's a solid that you can set it to. And you can, of course, change the color. But the one I'm really excited about is the stamp one. Where what you do is you select a stamp that you want to use for a wall. So let's say I wanted to add in one of those organic walls. We just click here on organic wall, and the pattern follows your path. Now this is a game changer. This will make putting in walls and cliff sides and a bunch of other things 1,000 times faster and easier. This is what this beta is. I'm so excited about with. Also, there's a shape tool, which is very similar, but you can create a shape, and you can do it with, like, either a pen tool where you can draw from point A to point B. And I'm curious, if I hold and oh yes, we get Bezier curves. Oh, blessed be. We can create any shape we want, and then when we're done, we press enter. And we say add, and it adds it for us. Oh, that is so happy. This will save hours and come up with better results. And I think, I'm not certain, I think you can add your own custom stuff too. But I'm going to have to explore with that. I don't know if it's limited to what they've made. And if you want to change it, you just swap it out. Like, I select this, and I change it over. And it's done. It's redrawn. That's all I have to do. This is the best thing ever. Like, I've been begging for this. Everybody's been begging for this for years. There's also the path tool, which was originally the tool that they had for, like, dotted lines and such. With this, you can draw a path, but it doesn't allow you to do, like, the pen tool like it does for the line tool, which is the disadvantage. You can only freehand with this, which means you can't be as precise. If you make a mistake, you're screwed. It sucks as a tool. There's also a note tool if you want to add notes, the grid that I showed you, and the filter. The filter tool allows you to do things like dust or sparks, or you can do a blur. The blurs are really useful if you have like multi-layered stuff. I like to have the lower stuff that's like on lower levels that you might see outside. Like let's say you're in a several story building, you have the lower floors or like the outside below in a blur to represent that that's on a different level. Okay, so with that, I think we're ready to create. We're gonna actually go back and return because there's like 500 some odd changes that I don't want. We're not going to use those. I'm also briefly curious. We're going to take just a brief moment to look into some of my older maps because I'm curious if it'll update them or if I have to make a new map. We're going to go to... I don't care about the forest dais. Let's do that. I think it won't make any difference. It'll just update it to the new tools. Yep, looks like it. Yep. Oh, beautiful. Okay, so I've got a bunch of maps to revisit, it looks like now. So let's go back to creating our new map. I know what I want to try to create, and oh, it's going to be difficult, but I think I can do it. We'll do the sci-fi battle maps again, and we're going to do it in 4K. And what I want to do is the Streets of Xenon from Space Quest 4. I think that there's enough assets that we might be able to pull it off. So hang on. We're going to pull up some reference images. And so for this, I need a special tool. This is a lovely little program that I've been using for many years now called SCI Viewer, or SCI Resource Viewer, and it allows you to go into the actual resource files of Sierra Adventure Games. And in this case, we're loading up Space Quest 4. And we're going to go ahead and find the exact ones. And mind you, I've extracted these before. I just want to show off this tool. So you can see how the game looks when it's in pieces when you're not running it. And like people's heads are missing because they're animated, and so they'd be put over top later. So that way you only have to animate the head and not the whole body, and it saves on disk space because these originally were on floppy. Alright, so here's the beginning of what we want to do. The Streets of Xenon. So all of these kind of mix together. Yeah, here's a good shot of kind of what I want to do. And different angles of it, because it's got everything we want. It's got lots of ruined stuff, trash, grates, cracked ground, buildings, like techno buildings that are in ruins. I don't see why we couldn't potentially do in like a crashed vehicle here. I don't see why we couldn't do a battle map, or at least try to. So let's do a quick bit of math here, because I want to try and get the scale vaguely there. And I think our best bet is sewer grates. And I say that because Roger, the main character of the game, has to go down one of the sewer grates at one point. Spoiler alert, sorry, I know it's a 30-some-odd-year-old game. It's on this screen here. It's this hole here. There's normally a sewer grate that is a sprite that's on there. So if Roger can fit down here, that means that I'm going to guess that for ease of calculating this, I guess, let's have it be 5 foot B I know it's less than that. Here, it'll be easier to put it on this screen. Okay. Let's have it be like this width be 5 foot, and therefore the whole length of the grid is 10. So if that's going to be 1 and 2 squares, we'll ignore the lip because this is an overhead map. So another 5, 10, 15, 20, and we're approximating here. This is just vaguely 20, 25. So that's 30. Actually, let's just do this as singles instead of actual feet. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 grid approximately. Let's go to here. I'm going based off of about how big Roger would be. So 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. Let's go up a bit to the speeder. 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, approximately 40. We'll say 40 for simplicity's sake. Again, this is a guesstimate. It's open to a lot of interpretation because we don't have exact measurements. And each screen is at a slightly different angle and aspect ratio and lots of other... So, 40 wide. And the way that this is laid out, we've got the main screen here, and it goes from this trash pile all the way back to this one back here. And it's 3.5 screens, and I say a half because there's a nice close-up shot. Let's see if we can't find it. Okay, because that's the middle. Oh no, so it'd be 3 then, I guess. Because, yeah. So 3. Because this is the first screen, the start of the game. That's the middle one. And then that's the close-up. I'm just trying to figure out, is it a square or is it a rectangle? I want to say it's a rectangle. I want to say that like this is longer than it is wider. It's hard to say for certain, but we can guess. And some artistic license is necessary. So let's say 40, because we want this to be a portrait. But let's up it to 40 by 60. I think that's reasonable. Excuse me. Oh, and we want this to be inverted. So 60 by... Okay, that's 60, and that's 40. Right? Yeah. So let's create it. Yeah, that's what we want. Okay. There's also, if I really want to be pedantic, there's stuff sort of off to the side. I mean, over to the right here is a chasm, which I don't see why we couldn't represent that easily enough. And then over on this side is the other end of the sewers. That's like the only way that the axis of the streets might be different. Looking at this, that's too much. Maybe it's 40 by 50. Yeah, I think we're going to adjust this one more time. So we're just going to make a new one because it's easier than trying to resize it. That's one of the things that I hope that they improve upon also is the accuracy that with which you can do the sizing. So 40 no, it's 40 columns by 50 rows. Is whoa, no, not 560, 50. Let's try that. Yeah, that's more of the ratio I wanted. And we're going to go ahead and save this just as Xenon Street Attempt. Alrighty. So if we're doing a full overhead view, the junk piles are going to be down here and up here. And I think that we're going to limit it just to the junk piles. As much as I love looking at that supercomputer in the background, there's nothing for us to... This is overhead, not isometric. So we're just going to have to scrap it. So we need like trash or junk. Trash? Is that going to show up as anything? Oh, good. There we go. Now, it's just kind of... It's not even like trash bags. It's literally just debris in these. Here, let me pull it up again because I want to show... I just want to look at my reference points here. Yeah, because this is all just literally just debris and shit, like metallic junk, just barricading the streets off. So with that, let's see. I don't think that the trash bags... We can have a few, I'm sure. But the majority of this is not going to work. We'll just add in one of each for now. And we can always move and remove later. Also, let's turn on the grid. So we've got our scale for now. We'll turn it off or make adjustments later. Because I actually really hate how the initial grid is. Let's go ahead and fix that for now. We're going to turn down the width and we're going to turn off the shadow, and the color's okay. The width is good. It's hard to see now because it's on black. So let's actually, before we add in more stamps, let's focus on the drawing. I don't think we need to add in... actually, no, we do. We do need to add in the mask because of that cliff on the right hand. So for now, we're just going to go in and select everything and add because I'm lazy. Oh, crap. Wrong thing. And actually, let's use our paint bucket because the paint bucket, I believe, is new. There we go. And we'll remove the bit over here when we come to it. In fact, no, let's do it now. Just going to take the shape tool and we're going to subtract, and it's about halfway up, so we're just going to go whoop for now. We can adjust it later. We know that cliff is there. Groovy. Next, we need the texture fixed. So, brush tool. Well, I guess let's first add in the bottom of that cliff. Let's see, is there like blackness or just darkness? I guess we can leave it as space. So I guess let's focus on the ground. Now, the ground in this is like cracked concrete that's turned brown, with slightly lighter cracked concrete for the sidewalks. Um, so we're looking for like broken concrete that's cracked. Cracked ground. Here we go. Um, all right. Now, this might not be right. I don't know. Let's paint it and see. Holy shit, it's damn near perfect. Okay. Oh, it is perfect. Okay, so if you notice what's happening, there are a couple of these kind of alpha maps for textures where it's a texture, but it can still see through stuff that's painted underneath it. So you can kind of have multiple layers of stuff and add textures onto it. It's really a useful tool. So we're going to use that for our cracking, I think. We'll have to make a few adjustments. Damn, I'm almost tempted to say, here, let's try this. Let's see if this works. We're just going to paint a swath here. We're going to go back to this crack. Damned if it's not almost perfect. Because you get that nice dark feature with the cracks on it. Like, we need to darken this, but that's easy enough. Let's look and see if there's a darker version. Because this is cracked ground. Let's see if there's like a darker cracked ground, maybe. Glowing rocks and sand, no. Lava rocks and sand, no, not quite. Red sand alpha, rocky ground alpha, rocky underground. Okay. Craters. Okay, that's what that says. Let's go with cracked ground, but we're going to darken it. So we're going to go here to color, and we're going to turn down the brightness and up the contrast. In fact, yeah, I think the full contrast is needed. And we're going to increase the saturation because it's really brown here. Let's just look at our reference again. Yeah. So let's play around. Oh, that's better. Yeah. Kind of like that. That definitely gives me that kind of xenon cracked earth feel pavement thing. Okay. Sorry, more tea. I'm still not satisfied with the underpinning of it. Let's take a look, because there's also this city here. I want to see what else they've got. Like, do they have a cracked concrete, maybe? Oh, cracked concrete. Here we go. Oh, but it's in panels. I don't want the panels. I like... Because here, like, let's take a quick, closer look. How are the sidewalks done? There are some cut panels, I guess. Yeah, okay, the sidewalks have cuts in them. So, okay, maybe that's what we'll use for the sidewalks. Yeah, because right here we can see it clearly. Okay. In that case, let's see what we got here. City concrete. Okay, so this is definitely much more panely. Big panels. This would be not quite what we want, but it might work out actually. Dark concrete. So same thing, just darker. Okay. We're going to play around with some of the textures until we get it right. City concrete, just a third version. Oh, wow. Okay, maybe this is what we want. Just with kind of a browner and a more saturated and a darker. Here, let's play with this. Do that as our undercoat. And then we put the cracked over top. Okay, yeah, I can dig this. I'm still not sure about this cracking, though. It's almost too much. Let's keep looking and see what else there is. So the cracked concrete. Okay. City concrete is the big slab. The concrete are the smaller. And concrete tiles are really small. Okay, so we're going to ignore the tiles. Broken concrete tiles. Triangle concrete? Let's see what that is. Okay, so kind of a triangle diamond pattern. Dark version, cracked version of that. Dark concrete. What's that? Oh, okay. This is non-paneled concrete. So maybe this is going to be our under color. Light retro tiles. Okay. Light worn retro tiles. Okay, just kind of a more dirty, worn version. Dark retro. Okay, just a dark version. And dark worn, okay. Shiny floor, we're not going to need those right now. Light star. Worn star, yeah, okay. City roofs. Wooden floors. Carpet. I don't think any of the corporate's going to do what we want, but let's just take a quick peep. See what we've got to work with here. A Zen garden, okay, cool. Concrete floor, I want to see what these look like. Okay, so paneled, again. Maybe this, or if there's a dark version of it, is there? Because I kind of like the shape of these panels a bit more than the others. Yeah, maybe this, but we turn it down size-wise. Will be for the sidewalks. Glass, okay. Haptic tiles? What does it mean? Okay, got it. Like floor grippy. Sorry about the car noises. We live off of a major road, and I've got to keep the window open because it gets hot in here with the computer. Metal floor. More dark concrete. What's this? Okay, so these are like diamond, well, angular concrete pattern. Okay. Asphalt. Oh, it's hex. No. Not what I was hoping for. Water. Curious what their water looks like. Okay, that's weird for water. Oh, there's other water. Okay. Okay, got it. Not quite what we want. Human Alliance. Anything in here? Just pipe. This is mostly spaceship shit, so no. Got Human Alliance fleet. This is like space because this is outdoor stuff. Ooh, a warp. Oh, cool. For like if you're doing a space warp. Nice. Okay. If you're in going faster than light. And a planet horizon? Oh, okay. Gotcha. Nice. And a nebula. Okay, wow. Industrial district. Let's see. Dark asphalt. I want to see what these are. Okay, yeah. That's what I want. I think we found our undercoat. Do we have... Oh, there's different dark asphalt. Slightly different texture. Maybe even a combo of these textures. I don't know. Dark rough. Oh, yeah, I think this is even better. Because, don't get me wrong, the cracks are definitely due to the... Oh. Yeah, something like this. Broken asphalt. Not bad, a bit too much. I could do without the pitting. Patched. What's patched? Maybe. But it's not patched for... That's the alpha version of it. Yeah, it's not patched, though. Like, this is just cracked due to disuse. Because with Space Quest 4, the story is that the Vohal virus kind of took over and destroyed their civilization. So instead, we've got it would never have been patched. It would just be kind of degraded from misuse or lack of use or lack of maintenance. Dark pavement, what's that? Okay, that's like tiled. Not quite what I want. Another one? Okay, just a different pattern. Worn pavement, more dark pavement with probably a different pattern. Yeah, it's different. Dark smooth, tiles. Okay, so I think I know what I want now. Cool. We're going to use the dark, rough asphalt as our base. I am going to... We're going to do a... Yeah, I think we should just do a plop over. Whoop, no, cancel. No, don't do that. Sorry, getting my hotkeys muddled. Let's save. First of all, because we finally decided on some things. Okay. We want that kind of orangey brown so let's do that. The orangey brown. We're gonna I think the size is okay for it. It's the color we need to adjust. Oh, light. Okay, hang on. We're gonna have to adjust something here because right now it's just gonna try and do okay. Now we can see it a bit more. Because the problem is that box of where it was going to paint over was kind of in the way. Let's go ahead and adjust some things here. The hue, we kind of want that brownish. That's a bit more green than I want. That's kind of brownish. Let's darken it maybe, or contrast increase. Because right around here with the contrast, you get some details that you weren't getting before. So let's go ahead and apply that and see what it looks like. Yeah, because you see that gets us a lot closer, and then we take the cracked pattern from up here, which was that one, cracked ground. And this one, we're going to be a bit more careful with because we're going to switch on the brush. We're going to adjust. The hue is okay, I think. Actually, let's zero that back out. We're going to increase the saturation, decrease the brightness. Yeah, definitely decrease it, and increase the contrast because we want that reddish color. And we're going to turn down the opacity because we kind of want it. Yeah, there we go. We just kind of want the cracked pattern over it a little bit. And I think we're gonna actually have to come back and paint this over a little bit more carefully towards the end once we've gotten the base of everything down, because I kind of want it to be just in little patches, not necessarily everywhere. So we've got the basics. Let's go ahead and go to our stamps. And clearly the trash dumpsters is not what we want. We're just going to have to find junk. Let's do a search for junk, actually. Junk. They're still working on like the tools or the names of things. Junkyard vehicles. Okay. Why not have a vehicle that's like junky? Okay. From a scale point of view, I think this is way too big. Let's decrease its size a bit, because if we look inside here at the seats, that should be about 5 feet, right? For enough room for one person. Crap, where did it go? Damn it, bug. Because I did not press delete. Yeah, I think that that's about the size we want for it. Maybe even a bit smaller. And we're not keeping the vehicle. I'm just seeing like what we can add and trying to get the scale right, because the scale for certain things is going to be different, I think. Sometimes you've got to adjust it. Unfortunately, the same size does not always fit all. But if you're doing things like walls, they kind of have to be. So let's start off easy with vehicles. I want that hovercraft. That's basically the Star Wars skimmer. Where is it? It is there. That is clearly the Star Wars skimmer or speeder from A New Hope. Let's see if we can't find something close to it. And even if we can't, it's a popular enough vehicle, we might even be able to find somebody else who's done it. Let's do flying cars and see if there's something. No, it's all that same. I'm half tempted to say we just use that for now. And have it like placed right here for now-ish. And I don't know. Maybe our sense of scale is off. Let's make it a bit smaller, because, well, here, let's think about this. Because it should probably be, what, 10 feet wide, maybe, for the cockpit? And that's about what this is, because this is 2 squares. So I think that that's a better scale for it. And that means that these trash bags are way too big. We'll adjust that. That was just kind of a placeholder. And that looks, scale-wise, that's kind of what I imagined it would be as a kid, and still to this day. So let's put it off tilt a bit, because, you know, this thing is crashed. And it's off, so because we did choose the off flying car. And the junkyard vehicles, let's just make sure that there's no, like, there's a buggy. It's not quite. I want a hover car. It needs to be flying. That's the whole point of it. No wheels, please. So, oh, that's right. We should also check in the corporate, because they do have some stuff there, but those are usually nicer. Let's look at the sedans. Just for something, you know, futuristic looking. Oh, let's do the sedans off, because, you know, this is crashed after all. You know what? Let's do that instead. It's not flying. It is a vehicle, but we don't see the wheels. And I bet you we could add on, like, the tail fins if we really wanted to. We can find something that'll look approximately like the jet engines. We'll give it time. We're not going to search for that immediately, but we'll keep an eye out for them. What else is there? We need to start looking out for metal walls here. And that is rocky rubble. Okay, we had, like, rocks here. Let's look for rubble, because I don't feel like having to... Okay, there is no rubble, so we're just going to have to go with rocks. Excuse me. We've got corroded stones, big rocks, cliff rocks and rocks. So I think big rocks and rocks are what we want. Yeah, that I think is the right size, but the coloring is way too bright. This is supposed to be... maybe the hue is correct, but let's boost the saturation, lower the brightness, and increase the contrast, maybe? It's going to take some playing to get right, but... and we might not get it right. Like, we might have to figure something else out. I don't know if I like that. And some of this is you know, you can always adjust it later. Shit, yeah, I think we might be stuck-ish. Maybe a couple of points off. And like I said, it's nice because it keeps all of them that way. And we're going to add in a few rocks. And now, if you notice, because we switched stamp sets, it lost the settings. But if we click on the old ones, we get them. 5, 126. So, 5, 126, 42, 130. 42, 130. Great. And now, the rest of them will be like that. So, like, we still get our rocks. I'm just adding in a bunch for now. We'll replace them later. It's easier just to put them all in now. Oh, and we should also... the car is dingy. And, yeah, there we go. Make it a bit... oh, yeah, that fits in way better. And let's go ahead and save. Groovy. So next we're looking for, what, rusty walls, wasn't it? Or, yeah, because those are like metal, definitely, walls. Let's see here. Rusty walls. There we go. And in this case, we're actually going to up the size a bit. Because these are massive, and we want them to be domineering, and that kind of thing. And again, this is a bit more of an approximation. Like, we're not going to get the exact detail that it's in the game. Just due to the nature of the beast that is how you draw these. But we can at least come up with some cool shit. See, it's that grate right there that makes me think that this maybe should be the sidewalk. Yeah, because that feels like sidewalk almost. Like a drainage grate. Let's look at dirty walls. Because... that looks... That doesn't feel like... well, maybe it is metal, because that's kind of a pitting pattern. Let's see what else we got. Metal walls? Let's just look at metal. Okay, maybe that is metal, I guess. You know what? I think these metal walls will do okay. Like, maybe those will be sidewalk. We'll play around with that in a minute. Let's free that one rock, though. Interesting. That is different. So, if you notice, as I drag these off, they completely disappear. From what I remember, they used to show up off the thing, or maybe it's a setting. Or maybe it's a new feature, or maybe I'm crazy. I could be misremembering. That's possible too. But I don't remember it. I remember it being able to go off the screen for stuff that you've got. But not here, apparently. Or is there a setting for it? Edit map details, maybe? No, that's just kind of the description of the map. Grid tool, filter. No, not what we want. Scene settings. What's that? Layer shadows. You know, we want to keep those on for now. Layer options. Okay. And you know, as much as I am enjoying this, we're going to put something else on. The music, that is. I want to put on the actual soundtrack to Space Quest 4. It's obscure enough that I'm not too worried about being copyright stricken. This is going to be the Space Quest 4 reorchestrated Blue Frogs, remastered by the Space Quest historian. It is a fantastic remix, one of my favorites. In fact, I even helped do the vinyl cover for this. I did a lot of the color corrections to make on-screen graphics be much more suitable to print. And this will certainly get me in the mood, because this is the game that it's from. So, let's see here. Sorry, I'm just looking to see what other assets. I'm still kind of getting used to what we've got available to us. Also, vaguely kind of looking for the potential jet engines for the hovercraft slash car. Oh, cool. You got mecha suits and parts. Oh, that's badass. Alright, we might have to take a break in a minute because my little chihuahua has just gotten up and I think needs a bathroom break. Yeah, she sure does. So, we'll be right back. See you soon. Okay, we are back, and it sounds like it's just in time, because this is the track that plays when you are on the streets of Xenon. And so, you know what? We're actually gonna. I hate to do this to y'all if you hate repeats, but we're putting this on repeat for a little bit. Just because. No, not shuffle. Come on. Repeat. I think that'll do. Ah, there we go. Repeat 1. So we're just going to keep this track on repeat for just a little while. Because it'll keep me in the right mindset. So we're looking for the jet engines, maybe. Again, I'm just going to briefly look for them. If I don't find something quickly, I will move on, but... Like, can we maybe find a canister, or... Or, like, the overhead of a turbine? Oh, you know what? Let's look in the spaceship section, because there were turbines here, right? Yeah, engines right here. Jump drive, exhaust nozzle. Yeah, this is the shit we want. We're just going to bring the size way, way down to something a bit smaller. Smaller. More smaller. Okay, yeah, something like that. But let's adjust. So 66, 55, 119. 66, 55, 119. And I don't expect it to be exactly the same because of the lovely differences in color that these are. But, you know, let's turn up the saturation a bit. Yeah, that's a bit closer to it. There we go. That's a better match. So let's go ahead and duplicate that and put one over Mia. And hang on, I want to just take a quick look here. Okay, so it was the right one that was broken off. I couldn't remember which it was. And we're going to put one up top, and that one's a teeny bit further back and nice and centered. And voila, we have our crash land speeder. Wish we could get cracked glass, but, you know, it's close enough for this. Again, this is inspired by it. It's not a one-to-one replica. And I'm saying that out loud somewhat for myself as well. I have to remind myself of that, too. Because I can get a bit pedantic about this game, because it is one of my favorite scenes in video games of all time. Is the streets of Xenon. It just has this really cool, creepy, evocative, you know, late 80s, early 90s, futuristic dystopian vibes to it, which I love. You know, thinking back to, you know, when I was a kid, seeing the media at the time of cartoons or other sci-fi shit that had this kind of a feel to it. And okay, just for shits and giggles, we're gonna add a pizza box in, but we're gonna increase the size just a tad. It's not gonna be anywhere near, but it's gonna be, say, that size. Well, yeah, that's about the size of a pizza box if you account for scale. And we're also gonna have another one that's open and just splattered around. We're doing it for two reasons. One, nice, good old junk, but also, I know it's not exactly what it is, but, oh, hang on, where's the screen? This one. Yeah, so this tank, I know it's a tank, but it looks kind of like a turtle shell to me. And as a kid, I always thought it was like a wearable Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles like shell kind of thing for armament. And I get that it's a full tank, but like as a kid, that's kind of what I imagined it to be, because it's green and it just doesn't look quite right as a tank to me. The art for it's always bothered me a little bit. Well, and also, you have to remember the first when I first played this game, it was on a CRT monitor, and things are a bit blurrier on there, and it's harder to tell what things are sometimes. Hang on, I never noticed that. Just a moment. We're gonna save this. And we're gonna open this up in Photoshop because I need to be able to tell something. Hang on. Sorry, hard drives have to spin up for it to give me back control of things. This is Sierra stuff. And this one, pick 40. Because I saw something there that I need a close look at. This. GWCSBDO? Or GI Guespo? It could just be random graffiti, but I wouldn't also be surprised if it was like the artist's name. In fact, give me one moment, please. Let's see. We're going to the spacequest.net site, and we're going to see credits. Here we go. Alrighty. Art designs. Mark Crow is the designer. But let's see here. If we've got, like, the person who painted it is what we would want. Because art designer does not necessarily mean artist. And animators, to me, imply that it's just animation. Creative director Bill David. No. I'm looking for... Okay, hang on. I need to turn off show pixel grid. There we go. Normally I want the pixel grid on, but in this case I don't. So let's have a look-see here. I don't think that's Crow. So let's see. B-O... G, no, I'm looking for like a G or a... GIW maybe? Sorry, I'm looking through the credits to see. No. CS B. I could be completely off my mind. It could just be random pixels. Like, I don't know. I'm just looking to see if maybe maybe there's something else. But I don't think so. Because yeah, I don't think so. Let's just do a quick check under Easter eggs, though. I don't think that it's there. Or nope, it's not. Let's just see here. What else? Fun facts, maybe? I'm not spending much longer on this, I promise. Nope, I don't see anything. Okay. So, I guess not. I guess we're not going to find anything about that. So... Okay. Back to the creation of our bombed out city. It's clearly rubble that the speeder has crashed into. Come on. There we go. And not to worry, folks. I'm beginning to get tired of the track as well. I will change from it in a bit. Just give me a little bit longer to create stuff. I'm just trying to help get me into the right mindset for this. Because, like I said, this is one of my favorite, like, pieces or scenes in video game history. In fact, I have painted the Xenon supercomputer at one point when I was back in college in one of my classes, and turned it in as a final project because of it, of this game. So I'm a bit prone to go wild on this stuff. And it clearly was crashed into it. Let's just get another look on that one again. Where was it? I always forget what order it's in. There we go. Yeah, the rock pile goes up further back. The further back it goes and is bigger. So let's go ahead and get some of our bigger rocks for back here. And you know what? Let's go ahead and move this back just a bit more. Well, actually, hang on. Let's think about this top down. I'm doing it again. Top down. I think that's an appropriate amount of rocks. Maybe move this one over a bit more. When it comes to the back. For the front, let's get our smaller ones and do more of a pile here. Because that's kind of piled up around the front of the vehicle. Okay, that'll do for now. I'm sure I'll go and zhuzh it up more later. For... Let's look for some more... Okay, yeah, this broken metal bookshelf I think is a good junk start. We're going to definitely have to adjust all of... Oh, come on. Why will it not let me adjust things? There we go. Have to adjust, like, the brightness and saturation of everything here. But that's okay. Good art takes time. It's all in the details. I don't expect to finish this tonight, I might add. I just want to make a good dent in it. And I might work on this on my own and come back to it on stream later, or maybe never. I don't know. We'll play around with ideas. Excuse me. Right now, we are looking for... Ooh, broken billboards. Broken anything is what we want. And it'll take time to arrange. We'll worry about graffiti in a bit. Great. Here we go. What are you... Damn it. Keeps doing that. Oh, great. Okay, and see, that's about what we want. Like, we were approximating it to be 5 foot across, but a little bit smaller is okay, too. That's just kind of what we were envisioning a bit for Roger-ish, maybe? Okay. So there's a grate here-ish. Again, we're just kind of placing basics. Was there a grate on this screen? If there is, it's under the car. I did promise to take this off of loop, so let's do that. So this will be the last time we play through this track. We were also looking for... what was it? We wanted... like, broken... Ah, here we go. Barriers. Like, yeah, this street barrier here is good. Because it's just... Let's go to the other screens here. Yeah, this is all just rubble and junk. It's not all rock, but it's like metal and trash. And so we just need to find as much junk as we can. So let's see what's... Here's broken. Is that broken? No, that's not broken at all. One of the creepiest bits in this game is the cyborg. Oh, perfect. Broken laptop. Broken tablet. That's not broken, but hey, that's more junk. We've got a lot of junk to go, but still, every little bit counts. And we can then start to piece it together. Ooh, broken tables, yes. Because it's literally just trash that they have all over the streets here. Broken parking meter, fuck yeah. Let's see what else we got here. Smashed windows will come back to, because that's going to be part of buildings. Broken couch, huh? No, that's too plain of a couch. I want, like, a broken future couch. Same with that chair. Torn rugs? Oh, that'll do. Yeah, torn rug will do. That can go, like, under some junk partially. Let's see here. What else is junk? Broken tumbler? Okay, sure. Why not? Broken alcohol bottle. And there's several of these. Great. because it's literally just trash. So broken bottles are good. We'll have one of each for now, and we can always add more or rotate them or distribute them better. So for now, we get condiments. Cool. I love the kind of minor key Vohal's theme in this song. It's just so good. Because this game is just so meta with how they do it, because it's basically you're traveling to different games in the series. And that's part of the cool part about it, is you get to go to different eras in Space Quest. Like, for games that aren't even in either existence yet or ever, in the case of the fact that Sierra collapsed before they got to Space Quest 12. But that's okay, that's part of the charm. But you also, like, travel back to Space Quest 1. Okay, so junk. Is there no broken shit in the corporate stuff? Like... Let's see. Surely there's got to be more junk here. Oh, industrial. Perfect. Broken glassware. Yes, please. Hell yeah. And then that. And, oh, no, there's one more. That. Okay. Great. We want... more junk. Where's more junk? Broken lab monitor. Hell yeah. Torn package? Sure. It's trash after all. And I'm probably going to like darken it so you can't tell what it is, because you can't really tell what the junk is in the actual game. And it's not important. It's purely for dressing the stage. That is our primary goal here, is to dress the stage. Let's see here. Surely there's broken or trash in the shops. There's a trash can. That looks trashy. Why not? So, like, as a kid... Ooh, some mold. We don't need it right now. As a kid, like, Space Quest 4, especially, like, when you're on the streets of Xenon, and until you get to the supercomputer, is, like, so fucking terrifying due to that cyborg and the droido death, and then the slime in the sewers. Like, it's just a very stressful game at the beginning. And some of the Space Quests are like that. Like, Space Quest 1, you're on a timer. You got to get off the Arcata, and you've got very little time. And certain actions will decrease your time much more, and you've got the guards to contend with, and... Yeah, no, like, Space Quest can be very stressful at times. Which isn't a bad thing, just... you've got to be careful in the games. Ooh, broken cardboard box. Fuck yeah. Just anything. Broken plastic table. Oh, good. No, but as a kid, it stressed me the hell out. To the point where, like, I think I had to have my parents play the first part of the game for me until we got to the supercomputer. Or at least into the sewers. I think I felt safe in the sewers. Like, specifically in the bit with the hologram at the beginning. A broken pan? Okay, sure. That's junk too. Ooh, broken plastic chair. Broken deep fryer? Fuck yeah. Just random shit. broken IV pole. Fuck yeah. Man, the music for this is just fantastic. The score is written by Ken Allen. I've had the luxury of meeting him on a virtual call, mind you, but super nice guy. This is one of my favorite soundtracks as well. Just, it's so well done. Trolls Plemert, who is the Space Quest historian, did this remix, and it's one of my favorites. And actually, this soundtrack has been played at the Smithsonian in the Hirshhorn Museum, which is the modern art museum, in the basement exhibit / gift shop as well. Let's see what else we got here that we can junk up this place with. We might be nearing the end of junk, per se, but... Ooh, let's do the fallen trash can, because why not, you know? The more the merrier. Okay, that's enough junk for now. Let's go ahead and try and figure out these walls that we're doing here. Because, let's reset your rotation. I don't want rotation, thank you. Not without me manually doing it, at least. So let's see here. If we go back and look at our reference image... So these walls are quite dingy. There's an overhang on the sidewalk. Ooh, no. Get back up there. Thank you. I'm kind of cool with having this be like the wall. And we're just going to kind of piece a couple of these together. No. Either I'm misclicking or it's buggier than I thought. Oh, let's save too. We're at 132 changes. It's definitely time to save. And let's see how well our patching bit does. Let's do this one first. Yeah, okay, that looks pretty good. And let's do another one right here. Yeah, right there, like that. Perfect. What else is in this set? Oh, there's this one. I don't think we've used that one yet. And we've used that one, right? Yeah, that's at the beginning. We've used that one, but we can probably reuse this one again. We do have one of those. What about this one? Yeah, we've got one of those, and that's the mergy piece, which we're going to have to adjust a bit more. All right, that'll do. So if we look at our reference image here, and it does go off at an angle, and I don't think that the walls that they give us are sophisticated enough to do an angle without a lot of extra work that I'm just not willing to put in. Plus, we are about reaching the back of that, because let's go up to our turtle shell screen here, because that's the end of the building before it goes into the alley with the sewer grate. And I don't think we're going to have the sewer grate on here. I think it's just going to kind of be leading into the alley. So let's go ahead and rotate that a nice 90 degrees and plop it. Let's move all of this down a bit. Say there-ish. And, you know, it being a little off is... No, oh, not that way. I want... Is that the one? Yeah, I think that's the one. No, that's not it. Nope. Damn it. There. That one. There we go. That's the one I want. So the problem is because that's too near the edge, maybe it won't let me... It won't look right, I guess. So we're just going to have to deal with a crack or a gap there. And you know, I'm okay with that because, you know, this is kind of like degraded and pieced together a bit. And let's bring that a bit closer and bring that up a layer. That way it sits on top. And actually, yeah, let's do that. This can go down a layer and sit below that. And that looks okay. It looks not as good as I'd like. But what about that? And if we move that forward just a tad, say to there, covers some of the gap, but damn it. It's one of those really difficult ones to patch together. But that's okay. I'd still say that looks pretty decent. It lines up about midway, which is what we wanted, because over here is our chasm. And we'll adjust the chasm a bit as we continue on. But back here, there is this kind of cool V-shaped support beam. And I think we can definitely do that justice. So let's go ahead and select all of these and move them over just because they're there for a reminder that that's an option, but we're not necessarily going to use them. As for the V thing, what do we got here? I remember seeing like some support columns somewhere. The question is, ooh, abandoned. Oh, no, that's walls, not walks. I read walk. Like sidewalk is what I was thinking. Columns were down, I think, in corporate. Yeah, there they are. No, those are too fancy. Okay. Let's try the industrial district, see if there's anything there. Modular catwalk. Not quite what we want. Let's look at the modular crane parts. Oh, yeah. See, this is the kind of shit where we might be able to get like our V-girder kind of thing. It's not going to be perfect, but... Oh, fuck, that's cool. Hang on. I want to play around with some of these. Because... Wow, that's fucking cool. That's what I want. That's what I want. Yes, that. Right there. So we'll get rid of some of those, and this is way too big, so we're going to scale it down a bit. But we want that along with this. And we're just going to rotate it 180. And that gives that kind of cool V shape there. But we want it like a base underneath it. Because I want to try one other thing with it. Once I get a base in place. Industrial pillars right here. That's what we want. Bigger though. So say that size. And we want that to be underneath. And here's where we'll see if this works or not. I don't know if it's going to, but we're going to try. Select both of these, and we're going to turn down the opacity a bit. Say to that. Okay, because that way we can still see the pillar beneath. And also have our badass V-shaped thing, because, you know, we still want to see the V-shaped thing. At least I do. But we also want to give the impression that, you know, it is definitely... Oh, excuse me. Something that they can pass under. So I think that the transparency is appropriate here. So another save. Now, let's do the brush tool, and I want to do the tiled concrete. Now, was it this one? I think this was the one that I liked. But let's go ahead and give it a try. Yeah, that was the one I wanted. What we're going to do is we're going to take that one, and we're going to use this, and we're going to use the grid one because this lines up pretty well with the grid of what we want for sidewalks. Let's go ahead and play around with this because that's 5, 10, 15. So 15 foot wide-ish. So 3 grids worth. And I want to change the color because I'm not happy with the coloring it presently is in. Can we get it to a more reddish with a bit higher of a saturation and maybe a bit better brightness? Can we do that, please? No. Lower brightness, higher contrast, maybe? I have a feeling this is one we're going to have to play with for a little bit. Definitely want the foreground. Ah, that's why the opacity was down from what we did earlier. So let's go ahead and... It's not bad, actually. We're going to have to adjust a few things, but that's okay. Definitely put it up to 3 there. Not bad. Okay, I think we have our sidewalk. Let's go ahead and take our lovely beam and move it in, because it is, in the reference picture, it is on the corner. Right on the corner. So it means it moves up a bit. Right to there. I know we said 3, but I'm half tempted to extend it 1 more and maybe shift things down a bit. Let me just take a quick look here, because I just want to make sure I get this right. Part of that's due to the overhang. So, I'm not sure. Also, that's the other problem. This is pavement, but we want it cracked. Wasn't there a dark worn pavement? Yeah, that I think is a better one. We still have to adjust the coloring again, because yeah. And saturation, increase it a bit, and brightness down, increase the contrast a bit. Yeah, let's try that again. Oh, that's even better. Oh yeah, that's better. That is definitely it. I'm going to be bold. We are moving it out 1 more tile. I really think it needs it. Whoops, nope, undo that one. There we go. That way, we can move... Whoop, nope, undo that. Move just that part out. And yeah, that looks like it's much better spaced. Yeah, that's good. Now, I still want to add in like a proper gutter, and we'll get to that. That's a later detail. For now, we're just trying to get the basics in. Yeah. That's coming along nicely. let's go ahead and maybe paint in more of this, because it's right on there. So let's at least start it from up here. There we go. And we're just going to go all the way up for that. But that gives us... How many is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5... So 6 from the edge. And we want to make sure it also lines up that away. So 3, 6. And then we're not set on that quite yet, but approximately that. We'll make further adjustments in a bit. Groovy, baby. And it goes down to there? Yeah. Okay, we have the basics, I think, of our desolate street. Sidewalks are in place. We've got our approximate scale. All right, let's save just to make sure we got that down. Let's adjust a bit of our thing here, because, yeah, and add you back in, because, so about like that. And let's also turn off all this garbage. Let's leave on the inner, because, yeah, we want the inner because that gives it more of a cliff face-ish. And the outer, let's play with it. Let's go ahead and readjust this, because it's going kind of down into a black-ish dark place. And increase maybe the intensity and the distance, maybe. Let's play around with some things here. Okay. Let's quickly figure out what to paint back there, because I don't think that the space is appropriate. The tar looks pretty dark. Let's put it on background and do it as that, and then except let's darken this more. Color. Brightness, darken, increase contrast. Saturation, yeah, turn it down. Let's try that. Oh yeah, that's what we want. That makes it look like it's like broken off and now a chasm. Bitchin'. And let's take our lovely little street grate that we will climb into and put that, it should be right there, right? Let's double check. And hang on. So there's these Y girders on both sides. Nice. I'd forgotten that. Where is it? There. Okay, there. Right there. So yeah, it's right off of the sidewalk. And there's another one right over here. Oop, nope. There. Yeah. Something like that. About. And then another of these. You know what? Yeah, I think that the Y beams going in like that is a better design. So let's go ahead and flippy you. And I wish there was a way to either snap things to a grid better, because you can't snap the stamps to grids, which I get, but I wish there was a way to add in guides or just some ways to get more accurate than what I did of dragging it over and then trying to keep it compared, because if you notice the arms are slightly off. I think that they need to go... Oh, I know how to fix this. We're going to have to just do the old flipperoo. Flipperoony doony. So grab that, do the flippy, do the other flippy, and then reposition here. Yeah, because they're slightly different otherwise. And this keeps it kind of balanced a bit. That'll have to do. Another save. Okay. Let's see here. What else can we add in to dress the stage? What industrial equipment do we have here? Core reactor? Industrial machines. Let's see what we got here. I was really kind of hoping for like a tank, but I don't see one yet. Robots. Ooh, cool. Forklifts. Let's see what we got here. Forklifts. Okay, not quite what we want. Another forklift. Ooh, cool. Heavy forklift. I'm curious. I want to see. Oh, cool. Sorry, just playing around with what they've got. Alright, hang on. I will be right there. I just need to close the window a tad because I'm kind of chilly. There we go. Oh, stretch good. Alright, sorry about that. Had to go stretch. Let's see. Do we have anything that would work as a tank? Armored trucks. Let's see what they've got for armored trucks. Cool. Just not quite what we want. And you know, it's okay. It doesn't have to be perfect. Like, we're just playing around with ideas here. We might not find what we want, and that's okay. That's the mecha suit. Oh, and like, I am beginning to get more tired, so we'll do this for a little bit longer, but
do a better job than you could.
oh, hold up. Sports cars, eh? I just want to see what we got here. As maybe, I'm pretty happy with that sedan, but like, I just want to see what else there is. I don't think we're going to change it. Nah, I'm pretty happy with what we got there. Yeah, we're going to leave it because it's the right color and everything. I don't want to change that. I'm actually really happy with the hover car. Yeah, we've been going at this for 2 hours and 45 minutes. We'll be wrapping it up soonish. My voice is beginning to give out, and I'm getting tired. It's been a long day, and I got a long day tomorrow. truck's not quite what I want. Wow, 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 wow. God, like, the music in this game is just fucking amazing. And there's just so many good pieces in it. The sax one is this amazing techno piece. Like, it's just so well done. Yeah, the soundtrack isn't too much longer, so we'll finish it up and then I think we'll call it a night. Oh yeah, that classic PC speaker. And mind you, the first time I played this game was in 1991, right out as it came out, and it was one of those, we didn't have a sound card at the time. We had to use PC speaker because, you know, this was the early 90s and all that shit was hellish expensive because it was super new tech. And it wasn't until a couple of years later that we got a sound card and got to hear the MIDI version. The MIDI, not the Roland MT32. I never got to hear that until, good 10 years ago-ish. Well, I'd heard it before because somebody had pre-rendered it, but, like, to hear it in the game itself was much, much newer to me. And now it's the only way I'll play the games is with the MT32 soundtrack emulated. What a time we live in. Like, seriously. No, not that one. I was trying to click on wall props. There we go. Just kind of see what we have here, because there are some really cool things here. Okay. Sorry, I'm also just getting what some of these are. Loose pipes? Oh, cool. That is friggin' sweet. Cool. Some cranes? Wow. Like, yeah, I'm making this because, you know, Space Quest is kind of my special interest. Excuse me. But, like, I fully plan on making some badass cyberpunk things of my own design with this. Because got a lot of ideas now. And sorry, I am kind of overwhelmed still by some of the different potential sprites that I can use. Well, not sprites, stamps, sorry. Sorry I'm being quiet suddenly. I'm really beginning to get tired here. shit. That's the other reason why that's not looking right. Because that was at 0.5 transparency. So let's turn these up so I can actually see what we're looking at here. And also, we can see the edges of some of these pieces. I'm going to scooch them in so that their edges are off screen, and we just get, there we go, that looks a bit better. There's a lot of zhuzhing in this kind of thing. Like, creating maps looks easy at first, and it is. Like, the tools make it very easy to like place and put, but it's the details that make this take a lot of time and energy. So we're gonna see here, because I think I've reached my limit for the night. As much as I want to try and finish this soundtrack, I don't think I got it in me. I'm sorry, everybody. Because it's another 7 or 8 minutes. So, yeah, I think we're calling it night, because I'm fading very quickly here. So I wanted to thank you all for... Well, I've not really had any viewers tonight, but that's okay. But thank you for watching the VOD if you've made it this far. I hope to see you again, and it's been a pleasure having you. And we'll get back to playing regular games again soon. I just really wanted to do this, but I didn't want to do it, you know, just on my own. I wanted to share it. So, see you all on the subnet. Night all.